How did a small, war-torn nation defeat one of the most powerful military forces in history? The Vietnam War was meant to be a quick win for the U.S., but became one of their most significant military failures. Today, we explore the strategies, resilience, and untold stories behind Vietnam's stunning victory over the U.S. From guerrilla tactics to political gamesmanship, this is how Vietnam beat the odds against all odds. To grasp the significance of the Vietnam War, we need to take a step back into the Cold War period. After World War II, Vietnam divided into a communist North, headed by Ho Chi Minh, and an anti-communist South, backed by the U.S. America, feared that if Vietnam fell to communism, so would the rest of Asia, a theory known as the domino effect. In 1965, America formally joined the conflict, confident its overwhelming firepower and technology would defeat North Vietnam in quick order. But they underestimated their foe badly. While the U.S. military depended on conventional warfare techniques, the North Vietnamese and the Viet Cong relied on guerrilla warfare. Small, quick strikes, ambushes, and the capacity to slip into the thick jungles. No one knew the landscape better than the Vietnamese, who fought on their home turf, and they exploited it. They were also among the first to develop the use of a vast underground tunnel system that allowed them to move unseen, set ambushes, and avoid American bombs. At the same time, the jungle was laced with lethal traps that kept U.S. soldiers in a state of permanent anxiety. Beyond military strategy, Vietnam possessed something more powerful than tanks, a will to never break. This was not a war to them. It was a fight for their homeland and independence. The Vietnamese people were able to persevere incredible suffering to get rid of foreign forces. At the same time, public opinion in the U.S. was turning against the war. The high casualty numbers, the draft and jarring accounts from the front convinced many to take to the streets. The American public began asking why its country was fighting a war thousands of miles away. Then, in 1968, came the Tet Offensive, a series of coordinated attacks on more than 100 cities in South Vietnam. While the U.S. technically won the battles, the sheer scale of the offensive horrified the American public and shattered the illusion that the U.S. was winning the war. It was crystal clear. The North Vietnamese would never give in, no matter how many bombs were dropped or how many battles won. By the early 1970s, the U.S. was seeking an exit strategy. U.S. fighting troops had been withdrawn gradually under President Richard Nixon, and the United States officially left Vietnam in 1973. Then, in 1975, after North Vietnamese forces launched a final offensive and captured Saigon, Vietnam was united under communist rule. Now, after decades of struggle, Vietnam had achieved independence. So how would Vietnam defeat the United States? They turned weaknesses into strengths, used guerrilla warfare to outwit a stronger enemy, and had a never-say-die spirit. Meanwhile, the U.S. misread their resilience and squandered support worldwide and at home. Today, Vietnam and the U.S. have re-established their relationship, but the war is a milestone in the history of both nations. What was, in your opinion, the most significant reason for Vietnam's victory? In the comments below, let us know why. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell for more videos on history. Thanks for watching.